Hello and welcome to the USA breaking news on 8th May 2026. President Felix Tshisekedi recently held a press conference where he spoke on several issues. He revisited his past remarks in which he had threatened to attack Rwanda if the city of Goma was captured by M23, saying he later realized he had been misread and that he did not have a strong enough army to do so. During the interview, Tshisekedi also spoke about his relationship with the United States, which led him to agree to receive migrants. He further discussed the implementation of the Washington Agreement and the Doha talks. He also stated that if the war in Eastern Congo continues, there will be no election in 2028. Although the ceasefire period had not yet completely collapsed, the United States and Iran clashed on May 7, 2026, before Tehran later announced that the situation had returned to a normal, while Washington also said it did not want attention to escalate. These new confrontations occurred as the United States awaited Iran's response to its proposed ceasefire plan. However, the two sides remain divided on several issues, including demand for Iran to abandon parts of its nuclear program linked to the production of weapons of mass destruction, something Tehran strongly opposes. Iran is military announced that United States attacked vessel entering the Strait of Hormuz and also carried out strikes on Iranian territory. Washington, on other hand, said it acted in a response to attack launched by Iran. Despite the exchange of fire, President Donald Trump stated ceasefire was still holding and attempted to calm tensions. They tried to play game with us today, but we hit back hard, Trump said. Iranian forces accused the United States of violating the ceasefire by targeting Iranian oil vessel and carrying out airstrikes against the civilian on Qasem Island in Hormuz, as well as nearly by coastal areas such as Bandar Kamili and Silik. Iran said it will retaliated by firing on American ships before later announcing that the situation had stabilized. A military spoken person warned the United States and its allies must understand that Iran will fully decisively respond to any attack against it. Meanwhile, the USA Central Command, CENTCOM, which oversees American military operation in the Middle East, stated that Iran had used missile, drone, and small boats to attack USA military vessels, prompting American forces to respond. CENTCOM does not seek escalation, but it will always remain ready to defend USA forces, the statement said. On May 4, 2026, the United States reportedly destroyed 6 Iranian small boats. Iran had already been attempting to disrupt American operation aimed at securing safe passage for ships through Hormuz. Iran has now spent more than 2 months in war launched against it by the United States in a coordination with Israel. The conflict has caused widespread destruction, including the death of senior officials, among them Supreme Leader Al Khamenei. Iran subsequently crossed the Strait of Hormuz, causing a global oil price to surge, with some market recording price above $126 per barrel for the first time since 2022, when the Russia-Ukraine war began. However, the past 2 days, crude oil price have fallen to around $97 per barrel, partly due to the report that the United States had sent Iran proposal aimed at ending the war. Turkey unveils first intercontinental ballistic missile, Yildirim. Turkey has unveiled its first intercontinental ballistic missile (ICBM) named Yildirim, capable of striking target up to 6,000 kilometers away, giving it the range to reach part of Europe and Africa in addition to Asia. The missile was presented on May 6, 2026 during the Saha International Defense Exhibition held in Istanbul, an event bringing together military technology companies from Asia and Europe. According to the report by Al Jazeera, the missile can reportedly travel at speed up to 25 times the speed of sound, and it's powered by 4 engines. It's also designed to carry a 3,000 kilogram warhead in its front section. Although the missile is still under development, defense analysts say its unveiling signals Turkey's rapidly growing military industrial capabilities. Turkey Defense Minister Yasal said that the country aims to build sustainable military and technological strength for itself and its allies. In a time when economies have become weapons used by some nations against others, Turkey is ready to support its partner not only with a weapon but also with a technology and sustainable security system, he said. Istanbul-based military analyst Bulaka Yeridilim noted that the technology behind the missile is closely linked to the space launch systems. The knowledge required to launch satellites into space is very similar to that needed to build a long-range missile. This could also support Turkey's future space ambitions, he explained. The Turkey unveiled the missile at a time of growing instability in the Middle East due to the ongoing war and the regional tension in recent days. Some Israel politicians have expressed concern over Turkey expanding military power, with the former Israel Prime Minister Naftali Bennett reportedly describing Turkey as an additional challenge in a region. Since the 2010s, Turkey has invested heavily in developing its domestic defense industry after facing difficulties in acquiring foreign weapon systems. Today, it is considered one of NATO's strongest military power, with the Turkish-made defense products, including the Bayraktar TB2 drone, being widely purchased and used in a conflict around the world. Intercontinental ballistic missiles are among the world's most powerful weapons, and only a handful of countries are believed to possess them, including the United States, Russia, China, India, North Korea, and Israel. Rwanda's ambassador to Senegal present a credential to Mali's president. A Rwandan ambassador to Senegal, Festus Bizimana, has presented his credential to Mali's transitional president Assimi Goïta, officially accrediting him as Rwanda's representative to Mali. The ceremony took place in Bamako on May 7, 2026. During his visit, Ambassador Bizimana also attended a briefing for foreign diplomats in Mali's focused on security updates following attack that occurred on April 25, 2026. Rwanda and Mali maintain a strong bilateral relations built on friendship, cooperation, and shared commitment to strengthen ties further. In 2024, the two countries signed 19 cooperation agreements covering sectors including justice, mining, oil and gas, agriculture, fisheries, environments, climate change response, tourism development, higher education, transportation, and the movement of the goods. The two nations also cooperate in air transport under agreement allowing airlines from both countries to use each other's international airports. Rwanda-Tanzania push to fast-track $2.5 billion railway project. Rwandan businesses have welcomed renewed effort by President Paul Kagame and Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu Hassan to escalate the long-delayed Isaka-Kigali Standard Gauge Railway (CGR), saying the project could dramatically cut the transport costs and transform a regional trade. The 521-kilometer railway, estimated to cost $2.5 billion was discussed during Kagame's visit to Dar es Salaam on May 3rd, 2026, where both leaders directed minister to speed up technical processes for the project. A business's operator says the railway could reduce the cost of transporting a 14-foot container between Kigali and Dar es Salaam from around $5,000 by load to nearly half that amount. Exporters and importers also believe it would ease delay, reduce storage fees, and improve access to international market through the ports of Dar es Salaam. The project comes as a trade volume between Rwanda and Tanzania continue to grow, with more than 600 trucks crossing the Rusumo border daily. However, transport experts warn that the railway success will depend on efficient cargo distribution systems, a proper route planning through Rwanda's mountainous terrains, and a strong coordination between both countries. The Isaka-Kigali Railway has been under discussion since 2007, but has yet to begin construction. Business now hope the race-based political push will finally move the project forward. Instagram and end-to-end encryption for direct message. Instagram has officially discontinued its end-to-end encryption E2EE feature for direct message starting today, May 8, 2026. E2EE is a security technology that ensured only the sender and receiver could read the message, photo, or video exchanged in chat. Even Meta, Instagram parent company, could not access the content of those conversations. Meta first introduced the optional encryption feature on Instagram in 2021 as part of the efforts to improve users' privacy and secure conversation. However, the company says the feature was used by only a small percentage of Instagram users. The decision is also linked to Meta's broader strategy of making WhatsApp its primary encrypted messaging platform, where E2EE is enabled by default rather than requiring users to activate it manually. With the removal of E2EE on Instagram, messaging will still be protected while being transmitted online, preventing hackers from intercepting them during delivery. However, once they reach Meta's civil, the companies will now be able to access, analyze, potential share them with authorities if legally required. Meta may also use message data to monitor violations of platform rules or improve its artificial intelligence systems. Previously, this was impossible under full end-to-end encryption because the company itself could not read the messages. Users who still have encrypted conversation they wish to keep private are being advised to download their chats before the features is fully disabled on their accounts. For users seeking fully encrypted communication, WhatsApp will continue offering end-to-end encryption as the future features. Thank you for watching.